Snakes? Indiana Jones.
What about Indiana Jones? Snakes?
Well, for those of us who are Indiana Jones super fans, there's a bit of lore around Indy, as we call him, in that he is actually not invincible and he is afraid of snakes.
Gotcha. And there's just snakes in this minute of Home Alone. There are snakes. There is snakes.
There is a snakes.
Why?
Because we like you.
Why did it have to be snakes?
So besides water, tomato paste, and high fructose corn syrup, what else is in 57?
I like what you did there. Did you have that packed away all day?
No, that's the reason I couldn't go further, because I don't actually know what else would be in there. I think white vinegar, salt.
It's got to be some salt.
Either mustard seed or mustard flour.
Onion powder, maybe?
Oh, yeah. And garlic powder.
Yeah.
I bet they also have the same preservatives they advertised against in their early campaigns.
I love that we could easily pause this and look it up and come back with some well-researched ideas. And
turns out they do use sodium benzoate.
Or like the opposite might be true.
They're like, it's still natural. Go buy some.
There are 6 things in Heinz 57 sauce. They even got rid of the high fructose corn syrup. It's just
now I know you're
a dash of
way
honey.
Off.
Yeah.
Oh, God. They could do that and market it as a premium item, but dude, corn's just too cheap.
We make a lot of it.
I wonder why.
Don't dig. Don't look into that. Jared, this episode of the Home Alone Minute is brought to you by America's corn industry. Corn. You can't get away from it. Don't even try.
In New Country, we pay you to grow corn.
Jared, you asked me what else is in 57, and I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, what are the ingredients?
The ingredients are the McAllister junk drawer, some fireworks, some firecrackers, maybe. What we see here is Angels with Filthy Souls playing, and inside Kevin is readying the firecrackers to go off at the precise moment that Johnny fires his Tommy gun. Meanwhile, Marv is outside trying to make sense of what he's hearing inside the house. Marv scampers away in a panic and runs back into the van and tries to tell Harry what he's heard. And that's our minute.
And minute.
Goodbye, everybody.
So just a couple of things standing out here. But first and foremost, great usage of scampers.
Thank you.
I don't think we've used that word on this podcast before.
Oh, I'll check the transcripts later.
We'll probably do some bouncing here, given that there's not a lot to be lost by going out of chronological order.
No, there's 2 beats to this minute, really.
Does Kevin's ability to time the firecrackers tell you about his prior experience with them?
It's remarkable timing, which does suggest that he's done this before. He knows exactly how fast a fuse goes down a set of firecrackers.
Do you think that firecrackers in the late 80s and early 90s had indicators for how many seconds their fuse would take to light?
No. Did they?
Are you asking me, or are you asking an interesting co-host who has a differing opinion?
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of a set of fireworks, a firecracker having like a ride at Disneyland. Like, if you're here, you're 20 minutes away.
I haven't heard of it either. I'm leaving it open to possibility. Just like I've never actually seen Antarctica.
You just trust that it's there.
Actually, is that true? Yes, that's true.
You had to remember if you had been to Antarctica or not.
No, just like close enough to have seen like an edge. Because like you can get close enough to where like you can see the North Pole and things doing certain routes. But I've not been on a route in view of Antarctica. Further, do you think this is the first time he's put firecrackers in a pot?
Yes. Oh, That's a good question. He's smart enough to go get a pot and put the firecrackers in the pot, which is as much of a safety consideration as it is like a maybe amplify the sound of it, even some. Does that make sense?
And have the shrapnel bounce against something metallic.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the acoustics are improved and it's safer.
Right. I think we can agree that it's a good choice, but is it one? Well, I guess the question is, how premeditated is that choice?
Well,
how much experience is he drawing on?
He
to
did
make that
save
choice?
these for later in the movie's maybe clumsiest example of foreshadowing.
Because that's where Kevin reveals he's a precog.
I know I'll be using these later. Chekhov's firecrackers.
And if you like turn the sound up at that minute, you can just barely hear him whisper, because people will be trying to break into my house.
I just know it.
Can we talk about the scamper?
Ooh, can we talk about the junk drawer first?
Let's.
Okay. What's in this junk drawer, Jared? I didn't look. I'm just kidding. I did.
Oh, I was like...
These are some things I like about the junk drawer and some things I don't like about the junk drawer.
Bottle opener?
There's a bottle opener, which is a perfect junk drawer item.
Wait, did we talk about this last minute?
No. He like opens the drawer. We like see it. We didn't get into like everything that's in there. But there's firecrackers. There's the lighter.
Candles.
There are green candles.
Or what appear to be candles. They're tube-ish.
Yeah, they're candle-shaped cylinders of wax. Who knows? Who knows what they could be?
Who knows? Kudos.
Here's what I don't like in this junk drawer. Spoons.
I thought you might say that. Did they look like decorative spoons to you? Because they looked very ornate.
They don't look like they are different spoons than the kind of spoons that this family uses every day.
Could they also be not spoons and be tongs or something?
Maybe. They're pretty spoony.
Honestly, if they're decorative spoons, it makes more sense than tongs, because tongs should just be in some vessel, maybe on the counter, but decorative spoons might have been in some display, but then got cycled out when someone got a new decorative spoon.
They don't belong with the regular spoons, but these look like regular spoons to me.
I'll have to go back and look at them, because I perceived them as more ornate, but I think your point is really good in that these McAllisters are not eating off of Restaurant Depot silverware.
No, they've got some fancy stuff. And it defies the natural order of a junk drawer.
Well, let's just be clear. I'll put my position forward here and draw a line in the sand. That junk drawer is not nearly junky enough, period, regardless of the spoons.
Now, we did say that they probably do have multiple junk drawers in this kitchen.
Still stand by it.
There should be like some old mail. There should
like a
be
ribbon, maybe a flashlight.
Yeah. Some discarded
one AA battery,
craft supplies. Yeah, there should be at least 3 different kinds of batteries in here.
Pipe cleaner.
Yeah.
Maybe like just the top part of a syringe.
The plunger part. Yeah. Medicine dispensary from long ago. Like one of those little sucky tube things, you know?
A Ziploc bag of Coke Rewards bottle caps.
Mm-hmm. Ticket stubs that like you thought you're a receipt. There are no receipts for anything in this junk drawer. I don't know.
Nothing with a sticker on it? No like small loose leaf paper that has a sticker and some writing on it?
Forgive my ignorance, because maybe you know, or maybe you don't either. But these like yellow and green like plastic cap looking things, what are those?
There's perforation on these spoons. They might be serving spoons.
Okay, I'll take that. I still agree with you that that's more of a spatula, ladle, kitchen accessory, tool drawer kind of thing.
I don't know what these caps are, but because there seem to be sewing instruments in this section, something has me leaning toward it being related to that.
Okay.
But I have zero confidence around that. That's just
okay.
The best guess I have.
I might have to reach out to the listeners. Please send us an email at littlecaps@verygmail.com if you know what these things are. We don't want guessers here. We want knowledgeable, authoritative sources.
And just know that I am a leading internet sleuth, but I will give you a fair shake. I will not start researching until this episode airs. But if someone emails in with an answer before I find it, $250 to the Red Lobster of your choice. I'm just kidding. A Visa gift card. I'm serious about this.
I mean, if that doesn't get the listeners rolling in.
At least the ones who are not bought off by big MasterCard.
Can you get a MasterCard gift card?
Is it the green dot ones that were MasterCard? I don't know if those are still around, but I thought those were MasterCard.
Are those gift cards?
They were more like for the unbanked. They were like reloadable type of cards.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Does MasterCard make a gift card? You can't go wrong with a MasterCard gift card. Choosing the right gift isn't easy. That's why MasterCard gift cards are always appreciated, because they can be used anywhere in the U.S. that MasterCard debit cards are accepted, and there are no fees after purchase.
Before purchase, though, wow.
The Home Alone Minute is also brought to you by MasterCard gift cards and corn. Buy some corn with a MasterCard gift card.
I'll say it again. I'm serious. $250.
Okay.
That's how confident I am.
That you will find the answer before someone else.
Before someone emails in. And like I said,
but you are on the honor system that you aren't going to start looking into it until we publish this episode.
Yes. And you're also getting the benefit that I might forget to do that. So the episode drops. I dawdle.
Mm-hmm.
I get to this part a la Dark Helmet watching Spaceballs. And I go, oh no, I've got some researching to do.
You heard it, listeners. Am I included? Can I start? I want your money. Give me your money.
You are included if you give me a 15-minute heads up on when you're going to upload the edit.
Fair, because I could be sneaky and upload it early.
Right.
Here's something in the junk drawer that I don't think it's what I want it to be. There's a plug here, and I really wish it was a voltage adapter, but I don't think it is.
Home Alone, you said?
Yeah. Close, Homeward Bound 2, The Incredible Journey.
Okay, it looks like a fat guy just stole his bike.
My condolences to your son over the passing of Miss Yvonne, by the way.
We talked a lot about it in the house. It was... Yeah. And I'll tell you, I have a small but real emotional reaction around it being like, I kind of thought he would eventually get to meet her or something.
There's still Natasha Lyonne.
That's true. That's true.
There's hope.
Is Cyndi Lauper still alive?
Yeah.
Okay. This is not at all a voltage adapter.
No, it's not, right? But it's some sort of electrical plug unit thing.
It is.
It could have been a voltage adapter.
So we're saying anti-hero of the minute.
Afraid so. Yeah.
This
unsung villain.
This podcast is taking a dark twist. Unsung villain.
I used to like this movie.
So bad.
So bad. It could have been a voltage adapter. It would have been. It could have been a joke.
Title of your mom's podcast episode.
It could have been the thing. I got so excited when I first saw it. I was like, oh, it's a voltage adapter. They really thought of everything. And I looked closer and it's not.
Turns out you thought of everything.
It would have like the European plug-ins on it, you know?
Well, even now it would need to have more in it because there's more than just the shape of the plug. It actually has to change the voltage and like step it up or down. So mechanically, we've gotten them pretty small, but even now they wouldn't be this size.
Yeah. Oh man. My wife melted a hair straightener by plugging it in Ireland one time. I think we had some sort of plug adapter, but not a voltage adapter or something like that. And
my point entirely.
We melted something.
Just because you get it the right shape doesn't mean it's stepped up or down. Can you help me understand how it melted and what melted?
No, I can't. I'm not a scientist. We were in Ireland. She was fixing her hair, and we should not have plugged it into the wall. Something got too hot.
Is it 2 ceramic pieces with a plastic casing?
Something like that.
Okay, so then the ceramic got so hot that the encasing plastic
I think
melted.
That's what happened. It's been a minute.
Has it been a Home Alone minute?
Boom, 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 boom. This episode of the Home Alone Minute is brought to you by Voltage Adapters,
which you could buy with a MasterCard gift card.
Any brand. We're all sort of coalesced into this, sponsored by the American Voltage Adapter Association.
Big voltage adapter. What do you think the fuzzy things are?
I at first thought they were some sort of like coiled up like twine or yarn, but I think they're like little like dish scrubbers.
I think so too, because it looks solid and not in the way that like your homie would be.
They are red and green, so even the junk drawer is seasonal at the McAllister home.
Well, I thought you were actually going to ask me about the shelf that he sits in front of.
That's got some Christmassy stuff too, yeah.
Because when he's doing his mouthing of angels,
he's sitting in front of like, there's like a Christmas coffee cup and some like kitchen towels and stuff.
They could not get enough.
That actually makes a lot of sense, though. I like that detail. I don't know if you're there in your Christmas decorating home decor overload, but we definitely have like a little corner of our kitchen that we sort of have to file away all the Christmas stuff and unpack it at Christmas time. And these are the coffee cups and kitchen towels and the Christmas Simpsons oven mitt that we get to use Thanksgiving to New Year's Day.
I can say I can kind of relate, but that's as much as I can say because I'm not allowed to talk about my wife on the podcast anymore.
Yeah, we've been given instructions.
Because somebody just got blown away.
He says it twice, which bugs me a little bit.
I actually don't mind it because he says...
One of them blew the other one away.
Because I think this is actually both good writing and good performance. Because my favorite line of this minute is, huh?
It's well delivered for sure.
Bear with me.
Okay.
He said, not bearing with him.
He didn't bear with him.
Do you have it in you to like do the AI voice of Ron Howard saying that?
The AI voice? Oh,
like getting an AI voice replacement in the style of Ron Howard.
Oh, yeah. That's probably
he didn't.
$30 online for like access to that in some way, right?
See, this is where I got to get out of my poor people mindset because I immediately thought about I was like, no, they're open source models. I could get that and train it on a bunch of Ron Howard content. You know how long that would take me?
Yeah.
Versus the $30.
Pay the $30.
It's the fun of it. Okay. So he goes, somebody just got blown away. And then you get this perfect huh.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to believe that Marv takes that to mean, oh, I need to give you further context on what I just said. Because he basically just comes in with like, somebody just got blown away. He's like, oh, huh? Okay. And he's like, okay, sorry. Like, let me back up. Let me back up and tell you how I got there. And then he kind of goes through, he's like, this one, I know this.
Somebody beat us to the job.
Right. He's saying the thing. And then he's like, and one of them blew the other one away.
Who?
So it doesn't bother me when I think of it because that's how I see it, as like he does the TLDR and it's way too short.
Mm-hmm.
So he backs up and gives the context to get to it more specifically.
Sure.
Have I sold you?
No.
You still hate that there are two of them?
Yeah, a little bit. There's other...
But isn't that how people talk?
Yeah. Do I want this movie to be hyper realistic? No.
You know, you don't hear Egghead all that much anymore.
This is the very end, because this minute ends kind of like mid conversation between Harry and Marv here. But the line that ends this minute is, I think, an important one for the lore of the movie itself, when Marv says, I thought I recognized one of their voices. And I say that because I think that line is part of what contributes to the idea that Angels with Filthy Souls is a real movie. Because the joke is that Marv does recognize this guy's voice. He's some
because
Hollywood
he's an actor. Yeah.
And I think it's just enough to lend some credence, like, to the idea that Angels with Filthy Souls is a real movie. That
you mean
it reinforces that idea?
Oh, when you say real movie, you mean like outside of the HACU?
Yeah.
There
are some people who have that misunderstanding. They think that, Kevin's playing a movie that Fox had the rights to replay, and he's playing an actual old movie, not something that was shot and produced for Home Alone to look like an old movie.
So they made it feel almost as real as what Tide did for the grocery store.
Yes. This joke here works a kind of magic on the audience. It invites them to be just as stupid as Marv here. And you go, oh yeah, I recognize that voice too. Yeah, I know that guy. That's my theory anyway.
Interesting. Yeah, because I've always taken the joke very much at face value. The idea that, like, in this universe, in this world, this is an actor, and it's a nod to, yeah, you do recognize it. You've probably even heard him saying those same things.
You've maybe seen this movie.
Well, because in universe, I don't see a bunch of time dilation. So if this is a movie from like the 40s, he might have seen it when he was a teenager.
It's at least like the movie that his criminal dad sat him down and made him watch one day.
Right. So that's why he's not recognizing it in the sense of someone who's watched it last week. He's like, I know I heard that name Snakes before.
According to a DVD commentary that I listened to, the Kevin lip syncing to Keep the Change, You Filthy Animal is an ad lib. It's an improv that they did on set, and they even admit that, like, in the shot, Kevin's about to laugh at the tail end of it before they cut away.
Yeah, he is kind of doing a bit of Bill Hader there, isn't he? Or I guess Fallon broke more.
Oh, for sure. He was having a good time.
But I actually think that mouthing is perfect in universe and helps build the narrative that you, I think, are the strongest proponent of, which is we now see a new unafraid Kevin. Because at this same moment before, he screams and yells mom, and then we see him use it on the pizza guy, but we don't know really how he feels about it. He might be scary, but what's scarier is having to face a teenager at the door. Whereas now he's like just laughing along with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it works.
And he's laughing along with it in the face of a far greater peril than he's encountered yet.
He's laughing in the face of danger like Simba.